This is the Fifth Estate, a conversation between young African scholars from the Fort Hall School of Government and Professor Mutahi Ngunyi. This Sunday, we congratulate Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto for apologizing. They apologized for standing on the right side of history. The two were right. They ate humble pie even though they were right. Bravo, gentlemen. It takes a big man to say, I am sorry. Now we are waiting for an apology from Raila as well. And we do not want him to tell us that, I apologize, but it was Uhuru's fault. That he did economic sabotage and the illegal swearing in because Uhuru made him do it. That Chebukati, Chiloba, the American ambassador and Safaricom are also to blame. No, we want an unconditional apology or nothing. Justice Maraga should also apologize. In fact, he should apologize to the country and to God as well. His sins of political naivete cannot be forgiven by man alone. God has to get involved. The Moi family should also apologize. If we forgave Mzee Moi and what he did to people like Kenneth Matiba, this family cannot insult a deputy president and get away with it. Zero.
The way Ruto was treated this week by the Moi family is exactly how Mzee Moi was treated when he was vice president. Zero respect. Total contempt. It is tragic that Mzee Moi was humiliated when he was vice president. And then his posh family would humiliate a humble Ruto, repeating the same tragedy the father went through. If this is not a curse, it is a historical disgust. Pure kabisa. However, is it possible that the Moi family was right? Was Ruto mangering in the sky with a helicopter and then decided to land on Mzee Moi's compound to say hello and yo? Did Ruto arrive without an appointment? Zero. We have it on good authority that Ruto had an appointment for 11:30 a.m. This is why he rearranged his schedule that morning. Similarly, he was kept for longer than 2 hours before he was told that Moi was with his doctors. Why wait this long? This is Madarao 101. It is not an insult to William Ruto. It is actually an insult to the office of the deputy president held by Mzee Moi for 12 years.
But why did the Moi family engage in Madarao Politics 101? What did they gain from stopping Ruto? And if Ruto shook the hand of Mzee Moi, how would it have changed his life? What was Mzee Moi's value to Ruto? And the answer is zero. We submit that the Moi family is overrated. And insulting a constitutional office like that of Ruto is nothing but contempt. What this family did not learn from the humiliation of their father was the wisdom of Walter Trobisch. In one of his books, he gives the story of a bird that fell from the 10th floor of a city building. As it passed each floor on its way down, it exclaimed, "All is well." And all was well on each floor until the bird landed on the pavement. It crashed and died. Like this bird, the Moi family has been falling from the 10th floor from 2002. And each time they pass a floor or an election, they tell themselves that all is well. But they forget the hard pavement awaiting them below. If they aggress Ruto the way their father was aggressed, they will crash.
On the fight for the Kalenjin nation, the writing is on the wall. Ruto staged a coup against Gideon Moi, and the best man won. Gideon slept through the revolution. Then Ruto snatched Gideon's birthright. This story is over, and Ruto is now boss among the Kalenjin. And Gideon, he has to live with it or sit on a pin. And if he treats Ruto the way some fellows treated Mzee Moi when he was vice president, Ruto will have no mercy when he becomes president. He will fix those who treated him with disrespect the way Mzee Moi fixed them. And that is why the Moi family should apologize to Ruto. What they did to him is recorded in the book of Hustlers as Madharau 101. And hustlers do not forget, especially when dynasties behave badly. Now, we must return to why Raila must apologize. And we are a little shy about this because we are very fond of Mama Ida Odinga. She is our mother and our teacher. When Raila was detained by Mzee Moi, Ida Odinga was like Winnie Mandela. She cuddled her children and kept the fire of freedom burning.
You cannot read the mind of a freedom fighter except through the eyes of his wife. To understand Raila, you must understand Mama Ida Odinga. If the crowds call Raila Baba, we call Ida Odinga our teacher. We want to remind the country that Kenneth Matiba was detained by Mzee Moi at the same time as Raila Odinga. The two men left Edith Matiba and Ida Odinga to take care of their young ones. If Raila became an extremist in the 2017 election, it is because of the Moi pain. And Raila must forgive Mzee Moi for making him an extremist. Raila therefore must apologize to the country for his extremism in the 2017 election. His extremism was a form of displaced aggression. Raila's historical enemy was not the country, but Mzee Moi. And Justice Maraga should also apologize to the country. If he admits that he was politically naive, then we will forgive him. And by Maraga, we mean the Supreme Court. The decision of this court cost the country 1 billion shillings every hour during the election process. For the jobs we lost because of their political naivety, the Maraga court should also apologize.
National reconciliation is about the healing of memories. The country deliberately decided to heal its memory from the Moi disaster by forgiving the old man in 2002. And we forgave Mzee Moi with a clean heart. But now the Moi family has started behaving badly by mistreating Arab Ruto. They have started poking sticks into our healing wounds, reminding us of how nasty the Moi years were, including the torture of Kenneth Matiba, amongst others. Now, if Mzee Moi was disrespected by arrogant Gikuyus in the 1960s, the Moi family should know what disrespect feels like. And to show William Ruto the same arrogance and disrespect that Mzee Moi suffered is to be historically foolish. Bure kabisa, as Kibaki would tell us. Unless Mzee Moi was having surgery, no one stays with their doctor for 2.5 hours. This story simply does not add up. It is an insult to our collective intelligence. And even then, a guest who comes in good faith, with or without an appointment, especially if you are the deputy president, is never sent away like a dog. This is not African. But for the Moi family to do this to our deputy president is to reveal their nasty side, the side that we forgave. Gideon Moi, the country is watching you. You should know this.
And now, our final thought. According to King David, it is useless to make a sacrifice that costs you nothing. And this is why we demand an apology that will cost Raila and the Moi family something. Let me illustrate my point. The story is told of a strict king known as Zeleusis. In one of his decrees, he ordered that all adulterers be punished by the removal of both eyes. Unfortunately, one of his sons committed adultery, and both his eyes had to go. King Zeleusis was in a dilemma. To be taken seriously, he had to uphold the law. But he also had to show parental leniency to his stupid son. And so he decided to share the punishment with his son. He ordered one of his son's eyes to be removed, and one of his own eyes to be removed as well. This way his subjects saw him as fair and just. He paid the price. And this is what we demand of both Raila and the Moi family. If Uhuru and Ruto have apologized, and they are our leaders, any apology from Raila and the spoiled Moi family should come with a price.